Today we're going to be working on box plots. You may also know them as box and whiskers. The particular data set we're looking at today is the box plots show data about the number of years that farm workers have been employed at each of two farms. So we have farm X and farm Y. We can find some data pieces that you should be familiar with now. We can find the range and the median. We cannot find the mode or the mean due to the way the data is represented. So if we start with farm X, we can find the range. We know the range is the high minus the low. So if we look up here, we see the low and the high being the last and the first dot. We have 35 for farm X minus 4, which gives us the range of 31. The median is the middle number. So when we look, that's going to be our high and high, high and low, high and low, high and low. That leaves us with the middle number. I follow that down. That is 15, 16, 17. We can do that same thing for farm Y. There we go. So for farm Y, we're going to look at the range. We have the low, we have the high. So we have 30 minus 5. And that's going to give us 25. The median is the middle. So the ends, that leaves us with the middle is right here. So 15, 16, 17, 18. We can see that the range is greater for X, but the median is greater in Y. Now that we've reviewed some of the terms that you should be very familiar with, we're going to talk about what's called the interquartile range. The quartiles are the quarters. So we have the first quarter from the first dot to the second dot. The second quarter is the next section. The third quarter is the third section. And then we have our fourth quarter, which is the last section. Oops, wrong color. Sorry, guys. The last section. So that's why it's called 4 quarters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 quartiles. The interquartile range. Inter means inside, quartile means those quarters. So when we look, we're talking about not the top and the bottom, but the middle ones. So we're talking about from here to here. And the word range is our high minus our low. So when we're working on interquartile range, we're talking just about the box. This particular box has a high for farm X of 24. It has a low of 15. So when we subtract these, we see the interquartile range, the size of the box, is 9 for farm X. We can then do the same thing for farm Y. We're only looking at the box. When we look at this box, we look at the high, which is 25, 26, 27, minus the low, which is 10, 11, 12. When we do 27 minus 12, we get 15. So we can see that the interquartile range, IQR, for farm Y is greater than farm X. Now that we've taken time to look at the data and the words that we know, we can analyze these statements. That means we're going to look at them and see if they're true or false. The best way to do this is take those data words and turn them into numbers. So this first one says the range of the data for farm Y is equal to the range from data of farm X. So here we have the word equal. The range for farm Y, let's go to Y. The range was 30 minus 25, or minus 5 was 25. And the range for farm X, we said, was 35 minus 4, which gave us 31. That is not accurate. Let's go to the next one. The third quartile of the data for farm Y is less than the third quartile for the data for farm X. Less than tells me to do this. Third quartile is the third set of data. So here's data set 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put it down here, and that one is 25, 26, 27. Then go to farm X. Data set 1, 2, 3. And I follow that down, and that one's right here, so that is 24. 27 is not less than 24. Let's check the next one. The median for the data for farm Y is greater than the median of the data for farm X. Greater than median, the middle number for farm Y. Here we go, middle one here. right there. 15, 16, 17, 18. And then the median for farm X, the middle one, come down, 15, 16, 17. So far, that one seems accurate. And the last data question is, the first quartile of the data for farm Y is greater than the first quartile, the data for farm X. Greater than. First quartile, first set of data for Y. Boom. 10, 11, that's 12. For first quartile for X, I'm going to go here to the first actual dot, and that is 15. 12 is not greater than 15. That means the most accurate statement for this data set is